Hey, what is going on, guys? It's DK back at you with another video here to break down the 11-game NBA main slate here on Draftkings. A couple things before I get into the video. We're over 1.8 thousand subscribers now. We're closing in on 2,000. Thank you guys for all the support. Seriously, I read everything on Twitter and the YouTube comments. I try to reply to all you guys, so thank you all so much for all the support. Two, if you're new to the channel, I'm doing a weekly giveaway where all you have to do is leave a like and a comment in the video and be subscribed to the channel. It's one entry to the giveaway. Max one comment though per video. It starts with my Monday night showdown video that I had up a couple days ago. It will go throughout the week and end with my Monday night showdown video at the end of the week. So however many videos I've uploaded for the week, you can enter the giveaway that many times. So say I have 10 videos uploaded to my channel during the week, you can enter the giveaway 10 times. And with that out of the way, let's jump into the video. So last night in that 3-game slate, I just want to move on really. I'll talk about it briefly. Trae Young had him in my lineup, got injured. Injury bug sucks. I don't want to be on here and complaining about injuries all the time, but if you guys followed me during the preseason, I had the last 4 nights of the preseason, I had an injured player in my lineup, and then starting here, not even a week into the regular season, I already had injured. So again, I don't want to sit here all day and complain about injuries. It sucks. It's just, yeah, I kind of want to move on. So 11-game slate, we got a lot to talk about. So let's jump into it. First, let's talk about the spreads and the over-unders really quick for this slate. So first game of the night, Bulls Cavs sitting at 215 with the Bulls favored by 1. Timberwolves 76ers at 225 with the 76ers favored by 6.5 points. Knicks Magic's at 208.5 with the Magic favored by 9. Pistons Raptors at 210.5 with the Raptors favored by 8.5 points. Nets Pacers at 220 with the Nets favored by 3.5. Bucks Celtics at 222. Bucks favored by 2. Wizards Rockets. This is the highest over under the night, sitting at 230.5 right now. With Houston favored by 8. Trailblazers Thunder is at 223 with Portland favored by 1. Hornets Kings 223 with the Kings favored by 7. This is another pretty appealing game. Jazz Clippers sitting at 216. Jazz favored by 1.5. And the late night hammer, I like this one too. Golden State and Phoenix. Golden State favored by 5 points with the over under 229. So there are a couple pretty appealing games on this 11-game slate. So we'll start with center as always. The two at the top here with Embiid and Towns going up against each other. Now they can definitely crush. The price tags are appealing for both guys. Embiid 10K, Towns 9.9K. But I just get worried about foul trouble for these guys. They're obviously going to go back and forth at each other, so there's a very decent chance that one or both get in foul trouble. And that's why, like, playing centers, I try to avoid, when I play my big guys, I try to avoid them playing them against like a very aggressive center, a guy who's going to be, offensively going to have the ball in his hands a lot. So that is the concern. If you're willing to take that risk, the foul trouble risk, it's there. The upside's huge if these guys can stay out of foul trouble. So just know the risk playing those guys. There's a decent chance they get in foul trouble. If they stay out of foul trouble, then they both can have pretty big games. So me personally, I'll be avoiding them. That doesn't mean you have to avoid them. Just know the risk when you play them. Drummond at 9.4K against Toronto. I know he's been really solid here, but I think I'm going to pass. Another guy that seems to be in foul trouble a decent amount too. The matchup's kind of tough here. Marc Gasol, pretty solid defender. I think I'm going to look elsewhere here for Drummond. Siakam at 8.4K. The minutes have just been huge on this guy, playing like mid-30s minutes. I think the price is fair, but again, I think I prefer some other studs on this slate. Let's see, Kevin Love at 8.2K in a pretty solid matchup here against Chicago. Him and Tristan Thompson have been really good here. Where's Tristan Thompson here at 6.5K? Now, I don't think we can expect this to continue from Tristan Thompson. He's playing like mid-30s minutes, 35 fantasy points, 50 fantasy points, 40 fantasy points. We know Tristan Thompson normally isn't like that great offensively, but both of them have been pretty solid. It's a good matchup against the Bulls. So if you really want to go there, you can. But I think they'll be a little bit higher owned than they should, so I'll probably look elsewhere. Randall, I think, is just priced okay here at 8.1K. Gobert, not enough upside for me. Vucevic, the minutes have kind of been down on him this year. Sabonis, you guys know I love Sabonis. 7.9K. It's kind of a lot. I still think it's doable in a pretty solid matchup. So I'm thinking about it. Markkanen here at 7.6K. I had that one big game, but other than that, has been 25 to 30 fantasy points. I think he's a little pricey, so I'm probably going to look elsewhere. No, Draymond Green, another game where I really liked him there against New Orleans, put up 58 fantasy points in 34 minutes. If they start Draymond at the 5 again, that's great for him. He's just a guy that fills up the stat sheet, a triple-double threat. It's a perfect game environment that should be played at a fast pace, a very high over-under. So 7.5K, I do like Draymond a good amount here. Let's see. Other options, Capella is always just okay. Never get super excited about him. Miles Turner's been playing big minutes. We know he's the guy that can get you there in blocks. Whiteside here at 6.7K is interesting. He had a couple back-to-back kind of off games for him, but Steven Adams currently listed as questionable. If Steven Adams misses, then that would be a pretty big boost to Whiteside. So that's the situation we'll be able to monitor. Thomas Bryant at 6.6K seems like a double-double basically every single night. The matchup's okay. The price is okay. I just think he's fine. Steven Adams again. So if he misses, we could look to a guy like Nerlens Noel, who would probably be one of my favorite, if not my favorite value play of the slate. I believe he's at 3.3. Yeah, 3.3K. I don't think he would play like 35 minutes. But if Steven Adams misses, I think Nerlens Noel would probably get 25, maybe 30 at the high end. And at 3.3K, he's a guy that gets you their blocks, steals. So yes, Nerlens Noel, I think he'd be probably my favorite value play on the slate if Steven Adams misses. Cody Zeller's been really solid here listed at 6K, and he's playing big minutes, a lot more minutes than he was last year. 35, 29, 27 there in that blowout. But yeah, he's basically like a double-double every single night here. The matchup solid against the Kings. So I actually don't hate Cody Zeller here at 6K, surprisingly. Other options, Jarrett Allen, him and DeAndre Jordan are splitting the center minutes. I think Jarrett Allen has a little bit more upside. I do like he's power forward eligible still. Bobby Portis had that huge game, revenge game there against the Bulls. But other than that, he's kind of been a little bit up and down. At 5.5K, I think he's doable, but I usually don't like chasing a guy who just had a big game. So personally, I'm probably going to look elsewhere. Now, Frank Kaminsky has just been playing out of his mind here the last 3 games. Been playing big minutes, 33, 29, 32 minutes. This is better game environment for him, right? I think it's going to be more towards a small ball approach. So I think guys like Aaron Baines get run off the court. So I think it's more of a Frank Kaminsky game for sure. And again, he's been playing really good. So I think he's in play here at 5.5K. I know the price is up, but I think, again, the game script should favor Frank Kaminsky there. Other options, Marc Gasol is just nothing to be excited about, right? Maybe he plays a few extra minutes to guard Drummond. Robert Williams, so we got no Cantor. Daniel Tice listed as questionable. So this would be something we have to monitor. If Tice misses, Robert Williams maybe plays 25 maybe, but a 4.6K, the price is up there. I would have liked it if it was a little bit cheaper. Taco Fall could get some minutes. They got Grant Williams as well, and they have Ojale. So the concern is that they still have other bodies they can throw out there. So yeah, wouldn't mind Robert Williams there if Tice misses too. But again, just know that he's not going to play huge minutes because Boston do have other bigs they can throw out there. Let's see, where were we at here? I think we're at center, right? And then okay. So Rashawn Holmes, I'm still tilted about this. If you guys saw my tweet, I had on Saturday night my lineup was doing very well, and the 2 busts were Rashawn Holmes, who got 9 fantasy points, and NAW, who got 2 fantasy points. And then NAW comes out and gets like 40 fantasy points the next night, and Holmes gets 45. So yeah, you could say I'm tilted to say the least. Again, short-term memory, but man, DFS can be so frustrating at times. At 4.5K, you could definitely go give a look to him if Harry Giles misses. Harry Giles is currently listed as questionable. If Giles back, that would just be another big into the rotation. So that would worry me with Holmes if Harry Giles is back and available to play. Now, Christian Wood has actually been playing alongside Drummond a little bit here. Got 19 and then 21 minutes the last couple of games. And we know, like when he gets minutes, he can crush. Now, the matchup, again, not really the best here against Toronto, but if I knew Christian Wood was going to play like 20 to 25 minutes, I would really like him as a cheap play. But I don't necessarily know if those minutes are guaranteed for him. So he's someone I'm definitely considering as a cheap option. It's just whether or not the minutes will be there. Marquise Chris, you guys know he let everyone down, including myself. Well, it's just Steve Kerr, right? Just didn't play in the Mets 9 minutes. If he picks up a start, you could give a look to. It is a revenge game against Phoenix. Again, you have to have short-term memory here in DFS. So if he starts, I think he would be guaranteed close to like 20 minutes, right? So yeah, I would only really consider him though if he starts. A guy like Nerlens Noel would really like if Steven Adams misses. I think he would beat the chalk, but I would probably eat the chalk if, again, Noel misses. I think that's kind of it. So let's move on to power forward. Giannis at the top at 10.8. Kind of had an off game there against the Cavs, but it was a blowout. Only played 29 minutes. In a closer game, he should play mid-30s. The matchup not necessarily the best against Boston, but he is matchup proof. Same thing with Kawhi. 8.8K though. I really like the price tag here for Kawhi. It's just the matchup, again, not really the best. But man, 8.8K for Kawhi seems really cheap. So I already talked about how I really like Draymond. Guys in this mid tier, not super high on anyone. Gallinari is okay. Tobias is okay. Montrez in a tougher matchup at 6.5K. Don't necessarily know if I want to go there. Kelly Oubre I do like here at 6.2K. He's just going to be asked to play, pretty solid minutes, probably 30 to 35 minutes. This should be, again, this game is going to be played at a fast pace. So, yes, I do like Oubre a good amount here at 6.2K. Guys like Horford, again, Horford and Tobias I kind of look to if Embiid misses. With Embiid playing, it's just a very balanced Philly team. There's a lot of mouths to feed. Covington in a revenge game, just the minutes have kind of been up and down on him. Hashimura at 5.4K, I think is viable. The minutes have been pretty solid for him, 35 and 38 minutes the last couple games. Now, Houston kind of likes running small ball, so I don't necessarily know if these minutes will be secure. If I knew he's going to play 35 minutes, then I would really like him, but I think it might get limited a bit in this one. Jonathan Isaac just had a big game in a tough matchup against Toronto. He's kind of up and down, but the matchup here against New York, really good. He's a guy that will get into foul trouble at times, so that is the concern. But 5.4K, we know the upside's there. So I do kind of like the price there on Jonathan Isaac. Let's see. Other options, TJ Warren, very scoring dependent, but the price at 5.1K is fair for a guy who's going to play mid-30s minutes, right? Like he had 2 really bad games, then a good game. So, very scoring dependent, but I think the price does make him in play. PJ Tucker, you're never going to get super excited about playing him, but he's been playing huge minutes in a great matchup. He's viable as well. Kevon Looney, we don't know for sure if he's going to play. Obviously, if he misses, you could look to some of those secondary Golden State pieces. If he plays, I don't know. The injury would concern me. I think the minutes would be limited, so I don't think I would even go there if he plays. Marcus Morris, I can't seem to get him right. I'm not going to play him tonight or tomorrow, so that means he's probably going to go off here at 4.8K. Let's see, other options. Saric, don't hate him at 4.6K, just the minutes have been a little bit up and down. Only played 21 in the last game. I think I would lean towards Kaminsky for a little bit more. A guy like Bielitsa has been picking up the start. Been playing decent minutes. Played 35 actually in the last game against Denver, so if Harry Giles misses again, you could give a look to Bielitsa. Him, Holmes, Dedmon should play some decent minutes. Hozonja is a guy we could give a look to with Zach Collins missing. I thought he played a little bit more minutes. Still only played 19 minutes, so that is a slight concern that the minutes didn't really go up on him. I think that's kind of it. Let's see. Yeah. So let's move on to small forward. We already talked about these guys here at the top. Tatum at 6.8K in a tough matchup. I know he's been good, but probably not going to be the way I go in this slate. Again, Middleton. Middleton seems to have Boston's number. He always seems to go off against Boston, but it's just not for me with Giannis out there. I only really target him. The rule is when Giannis misses, I go to him and Bledsoe. Let's see. Other options. Wiggins is never a guy I play. He's actually been playing decent so far this season, but just not for me for DFS purposes. Buddy Hield at 6.2K is, I kind of like the price on him. He's been shooting the ball not very good last couple games, 1 of 7, 2 of 13. But we know the minutes will probably be low to mid 30s, and Again, he's going to shoot the ball a ton of his knockdown threes. So he can get you there. So I do kind of like that price on Buddy Hield. Aaron Gordon at 6.1K. He's kind of had a slow start to the season, but I do like the price tag on him. The matchup's very solid here against New York. We know he does have upside in him. We saw it last year. So I also do like the price on Aaron Gordon here in the mid-range. Let's see. This next range of guys, I'm not super high in. A lot of guys. Bazemore, 4.3K. Should play probably 25 or so minutes, maybe a little bit more with no Zach Collins. So I think he's a solid value play. Troy Brown coming back from injury, but we don't know how many minutes he's going to play, so don't think I'd go there night one. Eric Gordon, never a guy I get super excited about for DFS purposes, but it's just the price tag that makes him in play here at 3.9K. It's a good matchup, and he's probably going to play 35 minutes in a close game. So, yes, he's very scoring dependent, but if he gets hot, we know like he can have like 40 fantasy point upside at 3.9K. Yes, I think that's a very solid price for Eric Gordon. Bogdanovich, same thing here at 3.8K. Minutes have kind of been inconsistent, 22, 29, 24, 19. This is a game, though, where I think it goes a little bit more small ball with the Hornets. So I think Bogdanovich maybe gets a little extra run here. He's been playing, shooting not well, right? 2 of 12, 1 of 10, 3 of 7. Still been putting up decent fantasy point outings, except for that night when he completely burned me in night 1. 28, 16, 23 at 3.8K. Another value guy that I do like here. Let's see. Glenn Robinson, the third at 3.6K. If he starts again, I think he's probably going to play 25 to 30 minutes. And if we can project that again in a good matchup, another value guy that I do kind of like here. I think that's basically it, though. I mean, you could look to Poole if he picks up the start at 3.2K. Very scoring dependent, though. Yeah, so let's move on. Let's move on to shooting guard. So guards where I like a lot of spend ups here. Harden in a great match against Washington. There is slight concern this game could blow out, right? So like an 8-point spread Houston's favored by, but man, you really can't get a much better match here than Washington. And Harden has not been shooting well. 2 of 13, 8 of 29, 8 of 21. A little better shooting night, but still he's putting up like 50 fantasy points a night. When he's shooting better, we know like he has 70, 80 fantasy point upside. So obviously Harden is very much in play as a spend up. Same thing with Steph. Love him here at 9.5K. You guys knew I was all over him in the game against the Pelicans. The game blew out. He only played 31 minutes. If the game would have stayed close, he would have played 37 minutes. And he could have got like 70 fantasy points. And the price didn't budge. The matchup pretty solid here, right? Going to have like Rubio or Devin Booker on him. Either way, like Stephen Curry, I really like the price here at 9.5K. Brad Beal at 8.9K, I think he goes a little bit lower owned, but we know he was going to shoot the ball a ton. 7 of 25, 7 of 22, 8 of 25. So he was shooting the ball like 25 times a game. The matchup, we know Houston plays at a really fast pace. So if Washington's going to stay in this game, it's going to be because of a big game from Beal. So another guy, another spend up I do like. D'Angelo Russell at 7.9K. The price is coming up a little bit on him, but obviously very viable as well. I think personally I would just prefer to pay the extra $1,600 for Steph. But if you need the savings, definitely you could go D'Angelo Russell. Booker, I really like this price on him a lot too at 7.9K. A guy that's going to play probably mid-30s minutes. It's a great match against Golden State. One of the highest over-unders of the night. Again, there should be a lot of fantasy goodness in this one. It's a late-night hammer too. I do really like Devin Booker. I think the upside's pretty big on him at 7.9K with no DeAndre Ayton. Mitchell, solid. I think I'm just going to prefer these other spend-ups like Booker, Beal, Curry, Harden. Levine, definitely doable as well at 7.7K. I think I'm just going to lean towards these other guys. I think the upside might be a little bit higher on them. Now, Malcolm Brogdon's a guy that's been playing really well here. These starters for the Pacers are just getting huge minutes too. 36, 35, 35 minutes. The matchup against probably Kyrie, really good matchup. So, Malcolm Brogdon, I know the price is coming up, but he's just a guy that's filling up the stat sheet and playing great for Indiana. So, you got to consider him here. And same thing with SGA. The minutes have just been unbelievable for him. 37, 36, 30, 36 minutes. He's playing huge minutes, and he's playing really well, too. Shooting the ball a ton, 23, 17, 14, 21 times. The matchup, I'm not scared of CJ McCollum or Damian Lillard defense. Yeah, I think SGA very much in play as well. Lou Williams in a tough matchup. I don't think I want to go there. CJ McCollum at 6.6K, definitely viable. We know the upsets there, 52, 41 fantasy points. Do kind of like him. RJ Barrett at 6.5K, we just know he's going to play huge minutes, like 35 to 40 minutes. And we do have Alfred Payton out. Dennis Smith Jr. currently listed as questionable. He didn't travel with the team, so I think he's leaning more towards doubtful. And that leaves them with only like one point guard in Nicotina, and I don't think he's going to play huge minutes. They could always run the no point guard lineup with like RJ Barrett at point or like Marcus Morris. So yes, if Dennis Smith Jr. misses, then I think RJ Barrett could run the point a little bit here at 6.5K, and we know he's going to play huge minutes. I think he's pretty safe. Let's see other options. Van Fleet, I do like the price. We know he's going to play big minutes. Schroeder off the bench is more of a GPP play. But at 5.5K, like I said, he's always going to shoot the ball a ton. And we know like upsides there, 48, 41 fantasy points. I don't think I can do it for cash games, but for GPPs, he's definitely in play. Devontae Graham, I know he's been playing really well. The minutes have been really solid for him too, like 25, even 30 minutes a game at 5.3K. I don't think he can keep this up, personally. So I think I'll hop off. I'll let others chase it. But yeah, if you feel strongly about it, you can definitely go there. It's just not going to be the way I go. Let's see, other options in the cheap range. Again, I already talked about Eric Gordon. He's never a guy I get super excited about. It's just the price tag that makes him in play. Should play 35 minutes. I really like Bogdan as well. Those two guys are two of my favorite value plays. Glenn Robinson, if he's going to play 30 minutes, yes, I do like him a good amount too. Napier off the bench, not going to play huge minutes, but he's been productive, probably going to get 20 or so. Chris Dunn, the minutes have been going down on him. I don't know if I want to go there. George Hill been playing really solid off the bench here at 3.5K. Put up 38 fantasy points that last game. I don't think we can expect that again, but he's another value guy that you got to consider. He's not going to play huge minutes, but been very, very productive in the time. Let's see. I think that's basically it. Damian Lee at min price here had a really big game in that last game against the Pelicans. Put up 42 fantasy points. I think he started in that one too. Maybe he came out the bench. I can't remember. But either way, you can consider him here at 3K. The concern is Alec Burks might be back here for Golden State, so that could be less minutes for a guy like Damian Lee. But yeah, he's very much in play at min price. Finally, point guard. Sorry to talk about I liked Harden. Westbrook, definitely doable as well for a little bit less if you can't get Harden. Lillard at 9.1K, been playing very, very consistent. The minutes have been really good as well, right? Close to 40 minutes a night. He's basically putting up 50 fantasy points a night as well. So 9.1K, I think that's a very fair price tag. Kyrie has been going off as well. It's a little tougher matchup, Indiana, defensively. Malcolm Brogdon, pretty good defender. But, man, Kyrie has been playing out of his mind. So if you're a guy that wants to keep chasing the hot streak, go there. Personally, I don't like playing guys after they have a huge game. But that doesn't mean you guys don't have to play him. Like 8.7K is very, very fair price for Kyrie's level of production right now. Ben Simmons, Philly is so balanced with everyone healthy. There's a lot of mouths to feed, so probably not going to be the way I go. Kemba is just okay, tougher matchup. I think I'll pass. I already talked about I really like Devin Booker. Fox at 7.8K. I do like the matchup. It's just I would have liked it if he was a little bit cheaper. Let's see. Chris Paul, I think I would prefer SGA. SGA's been playing a lot better here at a similar price point. Ricky Rubio, I do like the price on him at 6.2K. Probably going to play 30 minutes in a very up-tempo game. He's a guy that will fill up the stat sheet, right? He has triple-double upside. So, yes, I think Ricky Rubio is a very solid play here in the mid-range. D. Rose off the bench at 5.8K. The price is coming up and the matchup a little bit tougher. I might pass here on Derrick Rose. I liked it when he was in like that 4.5 to 5K range. 5.8 now. It's a little tricky. So yeah, so Alfred Payton out. And Dennis Smith Jr. questionable as well. So if he misses, New York would be basically down to Nicotina as the point guard. Isaiah Thomas got, 20 minutes? And actually was really solid in that time, 28 fantasy points. They're probably still going to limit his minutes, but if the minutes limit gets pushed up to like 25, yeah, you could consider him. We know he's going to shoot the ball a lot when he's out there. See any other cheap plays like Tim Frazier, 3.2K has been picking up the start with no Reggie Jackson. It's just the minutes aren't like he's probably not going to play more than like 20 or so. I think that's basically it, guys. So, yeah, as far as like game stacks go, if you're looking to game stack for GPPs, obviously the late night hammer here for Phoenix, Golden State, kind of like Charlotte and Sacramento as well. Portland, OKC, Houston, Washington. I think those would be my main targets to game stack, kind of the later games here. This one, these last four, besides not the Clippers Utah game. If I was in game stack for GPPs. But yeah, I think that's going to do it for today's video, guys. So if you have been enjoying the content, I would really appreciate if you would like this video and subscribe if you haven't already. Again, if you want to get entered in the giveaway, all you have to do is a like and a comment in the video. It's one entry in the giveaway. I might be live streaming tomorrow. I will let you guys know. It depends really on my schedule. Hopefully I can, but yeah, if I can't, it's very important to follow me on Twitter. That will also be in the description below. I will give my thoughts as we get injury news throughout the day. And I will let you guys know tomorrow, kind of midday, if I'll be able to live stream for this 11-game slate. If I will be, again, it'll probably be 45 minutes before lock on my YouTube channel here. But like I said, thanks for coming to check out the video, guys. I really appreciate it, and I will see you later.